Why do some people in their 60s and 70s seem to glow with life, while others quietly begin to fade, even though their medical reports look nearly identical? The answer isn't in cholesterol charts or treadmill stress tests, and it certainly isn't about following a trendy diet. It's something far more personal. I'm Dr. Arnold, a senior health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping people add not just years to their life, but real life to their years. After working with thousands of patients, I began to uncover a startling truth. There's a hidden element of health that most seniors have unknowingly abandoned, and this one shift may explain why so many never make it past 82, even if they were thriving just a few years earlier. I'm not talking about medications or exercise routines. I'm talking about something so intimate, so human, that it often gets buried beneath layers of cultural shame, silence, and outdated beliefs. And yet, this forgotten element may hold the key to not just longevity, but vitality, independence, and mental clarity well into your 80s and 90s. What you'll discover here might challenge what you've been told, but if you stay with me, just for the next few minutes, you'll walk away with a new way to look at your body, your aging process, and your potential. Because believe it or not, your most powerful tool for health may already be within you, waiting to be reawakened. Now, let's begin with the truth no one dares to talk about. 1. The power of solo intimacy. Why masturbation after 60 is far more than pleasure? Let's strip away the stigma for a moment. When was the last time anyone told you that touching your own body with care and curiosity could literally help extend your life? It sounds surprising, maybe even taboo, but it's one of the most profound tools I've seen help seniors reclaim their energy, confidence, and clarity. Masturbation, especially after 60, is not just a private act. It's a declaration that your body still matters, that you are still alive, and that sensation, connection, and joy didn't vanish with age. From a biological perspective, the benefits are remarkable. Improved blood flow to the brain and organs, the release of natural mood-enhancing endorphins, even a modest rise in testosterone to support muscle tone and resilience. But beyond the biology is the message it sends to your nervous system. You still count. When seniors reintroduce self-pleasure into their routine, I often see dramatic shifts, not just physically, but emotionally, better sleep, lighter moods, a spark of self-esteem, a clearer mind. Many of my patients ask, is it really okay to do this at my age? My answer, it's more than okay. It's essential. Because in a world that tells us to quietly retreat as we age, every act of pleasure becomes an act of rebellion. A gentle, powerful reminder that you're not done yet. 2. When seniors disconnect from physical pleasure. There's a quiet epidemic among older adults, and no, it's not a disease. It's the slow, unnoticed withdrawal from physical connection, not just from partners, but from their own bodies. And that disconnection often begins so subtly, people don't even realize it's happening. As a doctor, I can see it behind the eyes of my patients, the ones who once laughed more, hugged often, touched freely. Over time, they start to believe a cruel myth, that after a certain age, touch, intimacy, and sensuality become inappropriate, that it's something only the young deserve. And that lie? It steals more than joy. It drains vitality. Without touch, circulation suffers. Nerve pathways grow dull. Hormones drift out of balance. And the immune system, your internal defense line, begins to weaken. Even mood and memory start to dim. I've watched patients lose that inner spark, not because their bodies failed, but because they stopped feeding the very system that kept them alive, their sensory connection to pleasure. Here's what I tell them. Touch is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Whether it's a gentle hand on your own skin or the warmth of a partner's embrace, your body needs that signal of aliveness. And here's the best part. Your body remembers. Even if it's been years, those pleasure circuits can be reawakened, slowly, gently, but powerfully. 3. Misconceptions that kill joy and health. You can follow the perfect diet, walk every day, and pop all the right supplements. But if you've unknowingly swallowed certain cultural lies about aging, you may still be quietly shortening your lifespan. Over the years, I've uncovered 3 toxic beliefs that act like invisible termites, eating away at the foundation of senior health and happiness. Lie 1. I'm too old for that. This one breaks my heart the most. Seniors begin to believe that pleasure, connection, and intimacy are things of the past. But your body didn't get the memo. It still responds, it still craves, and it still heals through sensation. Telling yourself you're too old for pleasure is like choosing to live in a garden but refusing to open the blinds. Yes, you'll survive, but you'll miss the color, the warmth, and the beauty. Lie 2. Doing it alone is shameful. Many people grew up in strict or silent households where self-pleasure was wrapped in guilt. Those whispers stick. Even decades later, they echo in your mind. But here's the truth. Honoring your body through self-pleasure is not shameful. It's a deeply human, deeply healing act of self-care. It's about affirming your worth, not hiding it. Lie 3. Saving sexual energy will make me stronger. The opposite is true. Just like unused muscles shrink, so does your body's ability to feel and respond. Touch, pleasure, and release boost circulation, increase hormone levels, and protect tissue health. Conservation doesn't equal strength, it equals stagnation. These 3 beliefs are not just false, they're dangerous. And the moment you begin questioning them is the moment your health starts shifting in the right direction. 4. The restoration method. When I first began helping seniors reconnect with their physical selves, I noticed many felt lost. They didn't need vague advice, they needed a plan, a method that respects their changing bodies but doesn't give up on passion. That's when I developed the restoration method, a gentle step-by-step process to reawaken sensation and build lasting vitality from the inside out. Step 1. Create sacred space. Find a private, comforting spot. Adjust the lighting, set the temperature just right, have a quality lubricant on hand. This is more than preparation. It's a message to your nervous system. You are safe. You matter. Step 2. Relax deeply. Let go of expectations. Start with slow, rhythmic breathing. Let the tension melt from your shoulders, chest, and jaw. Before pleasure can bloom, stress must loosen its grip. Step 3. Explore with curiosity. Begin touching areas like your chest, thighs, and stomach. Don't judge, just observe. Notice what feels tender, warm, or even numb. Reconnection starts with awareness. Step 4. Stimulate mindfully. There's no finish line here. Introduce arousal slowly, allowing sensation to build without rushing. Tune into each moment. This isn't about performance, it's about presence. Step 5. Integrate and reflect. Afterward, pause. Don't jump up and return to your to-do list. Sit with the feeling, breathe, thank your body. Let that glow of self-recognition sink in. It's one of the most powerful healing tools you have. This method isn't just about pleasure, it's about coming home to your body, rebuilding trust, and rediscovering the life force that never truly left. It just needed an invitation to return. 5. Common pitfalls that sabotage progress and how to avoid them with grace. Now, let's be real. This journey back to connection, vitality, and self-pleasure isn't always smooth, and that's okay. Every transformation has its bumps, but there are certain traps I've seen again and again, and they often cause seniors to give up just when things are starting to shift. Let's talk about them and how to rise above them with compassion. Trap 1. Expecting instant results. Many seniors think if they follow the steps, they'll suddenly feel 25 again. But your body has been through decades of change. The goal isn't to chase the past, it's to discover what's still possible today. Sometimes that means soft, quiet sensations. Other times, it means unexpected breakthroughs. Every small response is a sign your body is waking up. Celebrate that. Trap 2. Inconsistency. Just like a garden needs regular watering, your sensual health needs steady attention, not once a month when the stars align. I recommend setting aside time 2 or 3 times a week, not as a chore, but as a gift to yourself. Over time, your body will respond to that rhythm like a familiar song. Trap 3. Pressure to perform. Performance anxiety doesn't retire at 65. It just changes clothes. If you start each session with the expectation of reaching some exact goal, you rob yourself of the journey. Let the experience unfold naturally. If you feel joy, warmth, or simply a quiet sense of presence, you've already succeeded. Trap 4. Lingering shame. This one can be sneaky. Even as your mind opens up to new possibilities, your old programming might whisper, "This is wrong. You shouldn't need this." When that voice appears, don't fight it. Instead, meet it with kindness. Remind yourself, this is self-care. This is healing. This is mine. Every time you choose love over shame, you reclaim a little more of your power. The truth is, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Every moment you choose connection over silence, you're rewriting the story of your aging, and that story can be one of strength, joy, and renewal. 6. How physical pleasure rejuvenates the aging brain. Let's flip the script on something major. Pleasure doesn't just feel good, it literally rewires your brain. Neuroscientists have been uncovering this for years, and the findings are both exciting and underappreciated, especially by seniors. Every time you experience genuine pleasure, whether with a partner or solo, your brain lights up in ways that mimic powerful therapeutic activity. Areas responsible for memory, emotion, and decision-making get a rush of fresh blood flow. Neural pathways associated with stress shrink, while those linked to joy and creativity expand. What does this mean for you? It means that self-pleasure isn't just about your body. It's mental exercise, cognitive training, a tool that sharpens your mind, reduces your risk of dementia, and reinforces emotional resilience. I've had patients in their 70s who felt foggy, low, and withdrawn. Once they re-engaged with physical pleasure, even gently, their eyes began to brighten. They spoke with more clarity, their moods improved, and most importantly, they felt alive again. That's not just anecdotal, it's biology in action. You don't need apps, puzzles, or supplements to train your brain. You need pleasure. Real, embodied, nourishing pleasure that reminds your brain, we are still here, we are still connected. And if that doesn't sound like medicine, maybe medicine needs a rebrand. 7. Rebuilding confidence through sensual self-care. Here's something most people don't realize about aging. One of the biggest losses seniors experience isn't physical, it's emotional, it's confidence. That deep down belief that you still matter, that your presence still has impact, and that your body is still a source of value, not just a list of limitations. And I've seen something beautiful happen when seniors reintroduce sensual self-care into their routine. They begin to look in the mirror differently. I call this the mirror principle. As you rebuild your connection with your body, through touch, through pleasure, through mindful attention, your self-perception begins to shift. You no longer see an aging shell. You see a human being still worthy of love, of sensation, of visibility. It starts small, a softer gaze, a moment of appreciation instead of criticism. You stop picking apart the wrinkles and instead start honoring the history they hold. Over time, that new perspective seeps into everything: how you dress, how you speak, how you walk into a room. Sensual self-care becomes not just a private act of healing, but a foundation for restored self-esteem. Confidence, after all, isn't just about appearance, it's about presence. And nothing restores presence quite like coming back home to yourself. Body, mind, and spirit. So if you've been feeling invisible, overlooked, or less than whole, know this: the pathway back isn't cosmetic, it's internal. And it begins the moment you touch yourself with respect, intention, and permission to feel good again. Aging doesn't mean you're broken, it means you're evolving. And everything you've just read, from restoring pleasure to rewiring your brain, from debunking toxic myths to reigniting self-confidence, is part of a larger truth. You were never meant to quietly fade into the background. You were meant to thrive. Your body is still a source of healing. Your mind is still moldable. Your spirit is still hungry for connection. And most importantly, you are still worthy of joy. Deep, embodied, electrifying joy. The path forward isn't about trying to relive your youth. It's about unlocking the treasures of where you are now. And that journey begins with a simple but powerful belief: you are not done yet. I've watched people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s reclaim the spark they thought was lost. They didn't need a miracle drug. They didn't need to reverse time. They just needed permission to reconnect with themselves. You now have that permission. Use it. And if this message resonated with you, if it stirred something inside you, type 1 in the comments. Let me know you're ready. Let me know you're walking this path with me. And if there's something you'd like to see us improve, type Z0 and help us do even better. Your story is still being written. Make the next chapter your most vibrant yet.